Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're jumping into something I think everyone feels, that modern anxiety of gift fatigue.
It's very real.
You know the feeling, right?
Yeah.
You're just clicking on things and it all feels less like a thoughtful gift and more like, well, just an obligation.
That's it, exactly. And in that pressure to just buy something, the easiest choices, like a gift card, they always fall flat.
Yeah.
And, our sources really highlight a key idea here. The gift exchange needs to be an event. It can't just be a transaction. The difference is all about meaning.
Okay, so let's unpack that. If the mass-produced stuff is just going to end up in a drawer and the gift card basically screams, I didn't think about you, what's the real alternative?
Well, the material we looked at makes a really strong case for the collectible.
Which can sound a little intimidating, I think.
It can, but it's about finding what some call the romance of the relic. And we're not talking about, stuffy, obscure antiques. We're looking at things with a real, tangible history, specifically things like industrial relics, precision tools, vintage automobilia, that kind of thing.
You said industrial relics. I mean, to a lot of people, that could just sound like junk. How do you make sure you're passing on a story and not just, a bunch of old gears?
That is the absolute key. The object itself has to have this echo of forgotten craftsmanship. Think about a heavy brass gauge from an old steam engine or a precision tool that helped build something incredible. These aren't just old. They represent the ingenuity that, built our world.
So you're not just giving an object, you're giving a piece of that history.
Exactly. And it's sustainable, too. You're celebrating something that was made to last, not to be thrown away.
That shift in perspective is powerful. But okay, if I'm not someone who scours estate sales on the weekend, where do I even start? It feels like a pretty daunting market to jump into.
It is daunting. And that's why our research gives us a really helpful framework, the kind of mental cheat sheet we're calling the personality anchors.
Personality anchors. Okay, I like that.
It just helps you focus your search on something that's going to speak directly to who they are.
All right, let's use them. So what's the first one?
First up is the anchor. Think of the desk executive.
Okay, so someone whose workspace needs to project that gravitas. Sophistication.
Totally. You want pieces that feel substantial, that have some weight to them. This is where repurposed brass instruments are perfect. Maybe a beautiful old barometer or a vintage precision scale that's now a paperweight.
So it's not a store-bought desk toy, it's a piece of engineering.
Right. It shows an appreciation for detail.
Okay, next up. What about the more hands-on person? We have the engine, the gearhead, or the builder.
Yeah, for them, a generic gift just won't work. It has to honor their passion for mechanics, for real work.
Right.
So you could look for things like beautifully restored vintage gas and oil cans, or even small sculptures made from old engine parts. The object has to feel like it was earned, not just bought.
I like that. And finally, you have the conversation starter, the home entertainer.
And for this person, it's all about ambiance. It's about having things that make guests ask, wow, what's the story behind that?
So functional decor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about industrial ambient lighting. Maybe a custom lamp made from old factory fixtures. Or something really quirky like a restored petrol pump cover that they use as bar art.
It has a built-in story.
And the story, yeah.
Now, here's where things get really interesting. The sources dive into this highest level of personalization. Bespoke steampunk art.
They do. And this is next level.
It sounds like it.
This is where you actually fuse history with someone's personal story. You take a component that means something to them, maybe an old part from their favorite car or a family clock that doesn't work anymore.
Oh, wow.
And you work with someone who has the mechanical engineering skill to transform it, turn it into a functional piece of art, a lamp, a piece of furniture. You're commissioning the next chapter of that object's history.
So to wrap this all up, the goal here is to just completely move beyond that generic sense of obligation.
It's about getting away from the simple transaction.
Yeah, it's about choosing a gift that celebrates craftsmanship and honors the story that it carries. You're replacing a purchase with a story.
You're gifting a timeless talking point, not just another object.
So that leaves us with a final thought for you. If a collectible is a story waiting to be told, what forgotten relic, mechanical, industrial, or maybe even familial do you know of that deserves a second life as a timeless talking point? We'll catch you on the next deep dive.